Welcome back to Mewni Monday on the Roundtable. I'm your host, Vox, and today I'm joined with Hailey from Cartoon Universe.
Hey guys.
And we're here to talk about Eclipsa, Queen of Darkness. Now, Eclipsa has been an anomaly in the Star vs. Evil mythos and lore for a while because we really have nothing on her. We just know that she has a chapter in a book dedicated to dark spells and that she abandoned her role as Queen on Mewni to run off of a monster lover. But with Season 3 rolling around the corner, and even more surprisingly, the fact that she'll be in the season premiere seemingly, it pegs the question, is Eclipsa really evil? And this question comes from the fact that she is a butterfly, and as Moon revealed in the new promo, she approached Eclipsa and made a deal with her seemingly. We don't really have context on that, perhaps Eclipsa approached her, but I feel like Moon went to Eclipsa just by the way she phrased it.
From what I think, did Moon go to Eclipsa to get back at Toffee for what he did to her mother? Because if that's the case, maybe Moon might have not had the best intentions and she went to somebody that she knew could hurt Toffee or whatever. And, that might be an evil thing to do. Moon might have done that, but she did it because she had no other option at that point.
Yeah, the promos make it seem like after Toffee killed Moon's mother, Moon went to Eclipsa, and then they struck a deal, and that's how Moon got the darkest spell. So that's how they're setting it up right now. I'll really be surprised if that's not the case. But it also makes me question, how old is Eclipsa? Because we know that she stars like mini great-grandmother, as Glassrick said, in Page Turner, the episode Page Turner, where they introduced the Magical Eye Commission. But if Moon made a deal with her and she still doesn't look like a day old, was she already crystallized, or was she crystallized after Moon made a deal with her? As you said before we started recording this video, that Moon uncrystallized Eclipsa, then recrystallized her.
Well, was Moon the one that crystallized her, or was it Romulus? Or
I think it was Romulus, but Moon probably ordered him to, or asked him to uncrystallize her. But when you watch Crystal Clear, which how we find out Eclipsa was crystallized, Romulus said these are all people I had a hunch were evil, but it was implied that most of them aren't actually evil. Which again, it makes you question, is Eclipsa evil? Because Romulus said he just assumes they're evil, but Star wasn't evil, Marco wasn't evil, the pizza guy wasn't evil. And I wonder if Eclipsa's being construed as evil because she abandoned Mewni for a monster and her dark book of spells. But are they dark spells because they're powerful, or are they dark spells because they, as Glassray said, could taint you? Because they never really elaborate on that. What constitutes as dark magic? We saw that Star caused Jackie's skateboard to pop a wheel, but that was because of her own emotions. The all-seeing eye at its core is just, spying on someone, but it's really just opening up a portal. In concept, that's not really that bad, but once you put the moral code to it, then it gets construed in a bad light.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's about what these past humans or the queens decided what would be bad, and they're like, no, that can't happen. But, it can have its purpose and use, just got to use it wisely, I guess.
And I also think it depends on if people would view Star as evil, because they're setting up a lot of parallels between Eclipsa and Star, that Star is just as powerful as Eclipsa, or becoming as powerful. Baby says she hasn't seen anything like that since Eclipsa, and from what we've seen with Eclipsa, she's also a rebel. And the narrator for the Disney XD promo for the latest trailer said a long time ago there was a bunch of queens who did whatever they wanted, or who made their own rules. I can't remember the exact line, but that makes you think, was that written with the intention that Eclipsa's not really evil, she's just rebellious?
Yeah, I agree. That definitely is a good question about that, and I would say, she could definitely just be a rebel. I mean, after all, she followed Glossric's teachings exactly, so this is kind of what Glossric led Star to this way. I mean, I don't know how much she had a hand in her being rebellious, but if it was any similar in teachings, then I don't think she was totally the evil one that all the newer queens have put her out to be.
Yeah, I think with Glossric, his training overall is for wherever queen or princess he's trained to be, I guess in a way, the best them they could be as opposed to the best queen they can be. Because he lets Star basically do whatever she wants. His training for Star is different from, assumably, his training for Moon, and hopefully we see Glossric's relationship with Moon in Battle for Mewni. Star likes to rush in the battle, she's very headstrong. She likes going in without thinking of the consequences. And I feel like Eclipsa may have been a bit similar to that. Because just like how Glossric says Star made up the Naro Blast, Eclipsa has an entire chapter of spells she assumably made up. And a lot of those spells seems very, the All-Seeing Eye seems very rebellious. We saw that Toffee can absorb people, and that makes me wonder, was that a spell that Eclipsa made up, the absorption spell? And if so, why? all these spells had to originate from some intention or some desire.
Yeah, those are like, at its core, I'd say like pretty evil spells, like the absorption to get somebody's power from them, or like, I don't know exactly what, I mean, he got stronger as the more he absorbed, so I'm not exactly sure exact intent of that, but at its core, I'd say that does sound a little bit evil. And if she's the one that made that spell, like you were kind of saying, that does bring up that question. Maybe she eventually did when she started making more spells. Maybe they kind of led to that more darker path than, you know, some of the spells, I guess.
Yeah, because Toffee or Ludo, whoever you want to consider that, they weren't absorbing people until after Ludo opened up the Book of Spells. And then Toffee, it seems like he learned that from reading Eclipse's chapter. It also makes you wonder, how much does Toffee know about Eclipsa? What is their relationship? Because that might also help define Eclipsa's, I guess, alignment, if she's actually good or evil, because Toffee knew about the Book of Spells. Clearly, he knew to open up to Eclipse's chapter to take over Ludo's body. But, again, Moon made a deal with Eclipsa to assumably use the darkest spell and get rid of Toffee, and I'm assuming Eclipsa would have known that was used to get rid of Toffee. And it seems like for the longest time they were building up to Toffee and Eclipsa being partners, but now it seems like they were adversaries maybe? Or maybe Eclipsa has no side, just kind of like Glossaric, and that she's doing whatever not benefits her, but whatever she feels is right in her own eyes.
I mean, yeah, it's like obviously if Moon is related to her, to Eclipsa, then maybe she'd want to help out Moon, just because of relationships. Although we do know Eclipsa has a very strong connection to the monsters, giving her, you know, a connection on both sides, which in that case, yeah, maybe she just thought Moon's struggle or whatever she was dealing with was a worthy cause, I guess.
Yeah, and since Eclipsa ran away from Monster Lover, she clearly has some kind of affirmation, affection towards monsters. And you think with this entire war going on, and if, you know, with the book Star Marco's Guide to Mastering Every Dimension, there's a Monster Mumin Accord, you think Eclipsa would have been all for that. But again, she gave Moon this ability to get rid of Toffee, which may have either ended the war or made things even worse, because we have no timeline set out yet. We have nothing to go off of besides the fact that, yeah, Moon and Toffee encountered at some point after Toffee killed the former Queen of Mewni. And we can assume that Toffee was pretty high ranking in his monster army. Either he led it, or he was like one of the best soldiers, kind of like how Mina's one of the best soldiers or one of the best warriors on Mewni. So the death of Toffee, I feel like, would have made things worse for the monsters. I mean, yeah, they would have lost a powerful leader, but I feel like tensions would have just increased. Or maybe Eclipsa thought that killing Moon's mother was going too far, and that's why she gave Moon the spell. That, like, yeah, this needs to end now.
Yeah, that would make sense. She just wants everything to stop. And maybe she she wants peace between both of them, because obviously, you know, like you said, she ran off with the monster, so she's like, okay, by putting this spell on Toffee, things can calm down for a while. You know, maybe eventually things will get better. And maybe, like, you know, Star might be the one to do that eventually.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this season, and the prediction I have, is that Eclipsa will mentor Star, and that hopefully she'll be freed. Because again, she's in the crystal. We know she's in the crystal. Now they're drawing attention to that, which I wasn't expecting. And it looks like in season 3 opening, Eclipsa's crystal is the only one that's silhouetted out. But some people are theorizing that it's not silhouetted out, but actually empty, that maybe she gets freed during Battle of Mewni, and that's actually, I feel like that's a possibility now, that maybe it is actually empty, and that she escapes and flees, and then at some point during season 3, she'll approach Star, or Star will approach her, and they'll strike some kind of deal. Because if Moon made a deal, and, you know, the show likes having parallels, maybe Star will make a similar deal. And we do see in the promos for Battle for Mewni, when it like shows the logo and everything in the background, it stars Wand becoming tainted, and maybe that's actual footage from the episodes. And if Eclipsa mentors Star, it'll raise the question, is Star turning evil? Is Star turning dark? Or maybe that will be Star's turning point, but then it's revealed that Eclipsa isn't actually evil. Because I remember you guys made a video, I believe it was actually you hosting that one, that Star would turn dark. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I definitely can see that happening, especially, like you said, if she gets influenced by Eclipsa, who may not be, you know, bad. I mean, she's the Queen of Darkness after all. But if Star, you know, could turn dark, that would be really interesting. And I don't know if, like, would that mean that she be more affiliated with the monsters? Would she empathize with them or anything? Or would she just kind of be on her own, kind of like Eclipsa was? I would be interested in seeing that happen. Although I think if eventually in the end she'll go back to how she normally was, but at one point she could just get at her lowest point and use all this dark magic, which could lead to a lot of different things, I guess.
And if you look at the season 3 opening, Little's gonna be seemingly possessed by Toffee for a while, since that's like the antagonist shot of the season. So if Eclipsa does get freed, I can see like throughout season 3 Star being tempted to join Eclipsa, then eventually she does, maybe like in the mid-season finale, because Toffee's just gonna become this like recurring threat, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger to the point where Star can't ignore it anymore. I feel like another important thing is that if you look at Eclipsa in both her tapestry and in the crystal, she's smiling, and like she doesn't really look evil. She looks kind of like zany and goofy, kind of like Star, which again I feel like is another parallel and why I think Eclipsa may not actually be evil.
I hadn't thought of it exactly like that, her expression, but that kind of does make sense if they're just going to draw another parallel to Star. Like, that is definitely one way to look at it.
Yeah, she definitely has like a Star expression on her face, which you can view Star's actions as not evil, but like when you look at Star, she's different from most humans. She likes to be friends with both humans and monsters. She has friends from like all over dimensions, multiple dimensions, and she's really reckless. I think at a glance, like if anyone just looked at Star, especially after Song Day, how like she lost a book of spells, that she does seem irresponsible, and people would view her as a threat as a result of that. But yeah, overall, I don't think Eclipsa is actually going to be 100% evil. I think she's going to be a chaotic neutral. And hopefully we find out about her monster lover. And I really do hope she gets freed in a battle for Mewni, because that'd just be nuts. That'd be the icing on the cake for everything else that's already happening.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to see her like be freed in the past, or whenever she made that deal with Moon, or at least her being encased in that crystal, and then we'll see it happen again in the present, or something of that matter, and that would be, yeah, like you said, amazing.
But these are just our thoughts, and we want to hear yours. So in the comment section below, what do you think? Do you think Eclipse is evil, or do you agree that she may be a chaotic neutral? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section below. And of course, be sure to check out Cartoon Universe. They also make content on Star vs. Forces of Evil, Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, and so much more. So link to their channel at the end of this video and in the description. And Ostrich Vox.
And I've been Hailey from Cartoon Universe. Thank you guys for watching.
And signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.